Let me be real with you about something real quick. There's nothing more heart-wrenching than to go on a website like ClashTrack.com that registers all your items and tells you how much time you have left until you're maxed out, to go in, put your information in there, and find out that you have 209 days remaining on laboratory upgrades. It hurts so incredibly bad. Just this thing sitting here idle right now is the wrong answer. We have got to get something down immediately, and we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. But first, we do have the cooldown finished from the Hammer of Fighting last week, so we're going to go ahead and buy another one and knock out an incredibly lengthy upgrade in the bowlers, and I will explain this later in the video. You will see that we've already used one hammer and finished the witches to level 3, and we're going to go ahead and swing another hammer and finish up the bowlers, and now we're going to go ahead and put something else down for upgrade. I think we're going to select the baby dragon. Let's go ahead and put the baby dragon down for level 3. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of our upgrade priority list. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 26 of the Town Hall 10 free-to-play series. This is a progression series. I've mentioned this multiple times before. This is a progression series where I play through all the daily struggles. Literally all the daily struggles of this Town Hall level. We've done it before back at Town Hall 7, Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, and every time we skip something and move on to the next Town Hall level, we have to make it up in time. Time cannot be negated no matter what you do. You can buy lab potions, you can buy builder's potions, but you still have to wait on the time for other things because those potions do run out. They do have effects that last up until a certain point. Now, the hammers, they definitely negate both resources and time. But this base, I just realized we still have over, literally, hear me out, we have over 60 days worth of building upgrades to go. 60 days. 209. We actually just eliminated some of those days, but 209 in the laboratory. And once you add the heroes into those building upgrades, we're talking over 80 days. So we're talking almost 3 months left to go before we fully max this base out. The end goal of this series is to efficiently and effectively move on to Town Hall 11, be able to attack as a Town Hall 11, as well as be able to defend like one. And when we think about it, we've been playing free to play, meaning we're not buying gems and we're heavily reliant on the magic items, whether they come from the trader, whether they come from the clan games or the league shop. And so we've been battling it back and forth and debating on what is the best magic items to get. Now, you could get builder's potions and speed up your builders, get your heroes done, get your defenses maxed out. But when you really think about it, 200 days still going on in the laboratory, I think we should probably focus our efforts magic item wise more on the laboratory. Now, obviously, I play differently than you do. You might not value the same things that I do, and you might not have the same goal. But my goal is to max this base out as close as possible, move on to Town Hall 11. That way we can start engaging that audience, because there's a lot of Town Hall 11s that don't understand what's going on, and we want to help them out as well. Now, back in episode 6, I did start you out with a little bit of an upgrade priority list on the laboratory, and it was about the first 50 days worth of lab upgrades, and we've already completed that. We started moving on to different things, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit and explain what I did and why I did it. We're not all going to have the same items in the laboratory. Nobody's going to follow the same things. You might watch this channel, you might watch another channel. We all have this opinionated thing when it comes to a lab priority guide and what's the best, but no matter what you put down, you are always going to be faced with time, and you're going to have to wait on time unless you get a magic item, a hammer, or the lab potion to speed this thing up. So in episode 6, we started out with a farming army. First, we need an army that is going to be reliable to steal resources. So I upgraded the miners to level 2 and level 3. And to follow that up, you need heal spells. And so in order to do that, we upgraded our heal spell to level 7. That was like the first 2 or 3 weeks worth of upgrades in our laboratory. Then I started thinking I also need a war army in order to face off against other Town Hall 10s. So I upgraded the P.E.K.K.A. to level 5 and level 6, and I also did the Hog Riders to level 6. Those upgrades are finished. That was about a month. In there, we also included the Barbarians and Archers to level 7 because of the King and Queen and their spawn ability. When the ability is used, the Barbarians that come from the King are the level that are in your laboratory. In our case, we can spawn level 7s from the Barb King and also from the Archer Queen. Then in episode 22, we talked about what the best magic items were to buy from the league shop, because every month we have a Clan War Leagues that cycles around. And so we talked about the laboratory potions, and we talked about the Hammer of Fighting and Hammer of Spells. all of them are great items, and so I used the lab potions over on the rush base, and I used about 6 of them and finished up an upgrade. But when you think about it, 24 times for one spell, you burn through 6 spells just to finish up the baby dragon right now. I mean, that's not really worth it for the price because it's 20 medals per spell, when you could take 120 medals and get yourself a hammer and eliminate a massive amount of time. And that's exactly what I did in the laboratory in the last couple of days. So I bought a hammer last week and we had to wait the 7 days for the cooldown, but we knocked out the witch to level 3. That was 9 days eliminated immediately. And then in the intro, you saw me use another hammer to eliminate the bowler. Why am I targeting the Dark Elixir troops with the hammers? Because we have hero upgrades happening at the same time. So you'll notice that I have, what is 115,000 Dark Elixir? That is reserved for another Archer Queen level. Remember, we are trying to get these heroes up to level 40 as quickly as possible. So it's a little bit of conflict of interest between hero upgrades, having to grind the Dark Elixir out again, or just swing a hammer and finish the Dark Elixir upgrades in the lab, and that's eliminating some massive time. So when we jump back into the laboratory, one of the other things that I need to point out about this laboratory is that the elixir items that I have to finish upgrading, which include the troops and the spells, will be about another 60 days worth of upgrades. Man, I hope I haven't lost you guys. This is a lot of information. When you really put it in this perspective, it's like, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. So the biggest magic items that I am really going to be targeting in the upcoming future, because we do have a Clan War Leagues happening in like 2 weeks, I'm going to be going after Hammer of Fighting yet again to finish out my Dark Elixir troops, and then based on whatever comes out of the clan games, I'm really hoping for a Book of Fighting or a Book of Spells or something, and we will be targeting something in the laboratory with that to also assist with cutting down some of the time here in the lab. We really need to focus on this laboratory because 60 days to 80 days on building upgrades and hero upgrades, we are still going to be very much behind on our laboratory, and things don't really change too much as a Town Hall 11, but we have a little bit more options to include the Pekabo Bat. That's a really good strategy up there, and Electro Dragons, and you're going to be focused on upgrading those, and it's just so much stuff goes into that. So let me go ahead and prioritize a little bit. I know that I'm going to be using hammers over here, and we're going to be using a hammer more than likely on the Valkyrie and possibly the Golem or the Lava Hound, one of the two. It doesn't really matter. I don't really use either one of those right now, but we might use Valkyries in the future. Who really knows? But it'll be nice to have them finished that before we go to Town Hall 11. And so then we're going to be focusing heavily on knocking out our elixir troops. You'll notice that the baby dragon is down to go to level 3, but it also has another level at level 4. So once this is done in 6 days, we're going to be going into another upgrade for level 4. That'll put us out 2 weeks. And let's go back and check out the events tab. The events tab says that we have exactly 10 days until Clan War Leagues. So that means by the time Clan War Leagues ends, we will have finished our baby dragon to level 4. So with that being said, then we know that we're going to take a hammer, go in and knock out a Valkyrie, and then after that I will be upgrading the freeze spell, because the freeze spell is level 2 right now. We have 3 levels to go on the freeze spell, which jumps up 4 days, and then 6 days, and then 8 days for level 5. I mean, that's another 2 weeks and some change on there to add to that. So yeah, we're going to spend the next exactly, 2 months or next month on just baby dragons and freeze spells alone. I know. You don't, it really sucks when you put it in this perspective. It really and truly does suck. It's crazy when you think about it. So I guess to go ahead and summarize all that nonsense, because it seems like it's a lot. It really and truly is a lot, and it's very lengthy, but we're going to knock out baby dragon level 3, baby dragon level 4, freeze spell 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to knock out the wizard, possibly the wall breaker, maybe the goblin, and we're going to try to complete these in this order. Knock out all the elixir stuff with the elixir, of course, because we finished walls and we don't need elixir anymore. And then we're going to be using hammers on the dark elixir, and once the heroes get closer to being maxed, then we will knock out our spells, our dark elixir spells and the bat spells. It goes up to level 2, and then we have poison spell we still need to do, skeleton spell, and we'll see how this works out once we get closer to maxed out. So I think that's going to be pretty much it for our lab priority list. And you know what sucks? I didn't even get to raid in this video, man. We spent so much time on that priority list and trying to break down the mumbo jumbo and using simple maths and all the other stuff. Man, we got to go ahead and get some loot off of this base. So we found a dead base to finish up this video. That is just crazy when you put it in all that perspective and all these different times. So let's see how we can tackle this base. We got a lot of loot on this bad boy. We got dark elixir right here. We got some dark elixir on the top of the base, and we got some dark elixir over here. And yeah, we're still dark elixir farming. That's never going to end until those heroes are done, until those lab upgrades are done for Town Hall 10. Then we go down Town Hall 11 and we got to start it all over again. One of the things, if you haven't figured out about Clash of Clans, is that no matter how much you grind, you're always going to keep grinding until you're Town Hall 13 and you are fully maxed. Just want to throw that out there. I don't mean to shatter anybody's dreams out there, but at some point you're going to quickly realize that every Town Hall level is about the same. As you move on through one Town Hall level, you grind, and you finish it up, and then you move on to the next Town Hall level and you start it all over again. It's crazy when a lot of players really don't think about it like that, and they don't realize that you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I always, we see comments all the time, players asking what's the best for Town Hall 11 or what's the best for Town Hall 12, and it's like, guys, man, we're doing the same thing that we did at Town Hall 9 right now. I mean, the only difference here is we have miners. Miners we can't get at Town Hall 9. I sure wish you could, though. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? All right, let's go ahead and drop a rage spell over here, and we're going to rage these miners up to try to get into this wizard tower and get rid of it, because unfortunately this wizard tower is very powerful versus those miners, and that freeze spell is going to last all of 2 seconds, so that's not going to work out very well. Can we get the dark elixir? That's all that really matters. Should have saved a heal spell over here, and it didn't really work out for us, but it's okay. We got one wizard. And we got a few miners coming up from the bottom. They're going to find a bomb tower and get wrecked. Watch this. They're going to get whammy. Good night. Oh, poor miners. Sometimes you just, heroes help out just a little bit. They help out here and there, but it is what it is. So we're going to let that wizard finish up a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more. Nope, he's not. He's going to go night-night. That's it for Mr. Wizard. How much did we walk away from on this raid? Not too bad. Not a bad raid, right? I think it's going to wrap us up for today, guys. So hopefully you're able to get something out of this information. There's a lot of intense information, a lot of simple maths going on there, and paying attention for magic items and timelines and all this stuff. But when you put it into perspective, no matter what you use, there's just got to be a way to negate time, and that's really what we're trying to do here, is get rid of the time and try to move as quickly as possible efficiently. If you enjoyed our content today, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you have not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscription button and turn on those notifications if you like watching us every single day. And if you need any additional video support, click one of those links over there. We will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.